Hello, this is Diego Mangabira, and today we are going to talk about the law of attraction and three aspects that might actually be influencing you to not achieve or magnetize what you desire in your life. So, if you are having difficulties attracting what you want, stay with us. This video will certainly help you. Before starting this episode of Mindset, I invite you, if you are not yet subscribed to our channel, to click here on the subscribe button, the red button right below. Also, I invite you to click on the bell icon next to it, to receive notifications firsthand of our upcoming videos. These videos here on Mindset, our lives, mind players, and everything that is included on our YouTube channel. If you are listening to us on another platform, Spotify, iTunes, Android, simply go to YouTube now, youtube.com/Diego Mangabira Brazil, and subscribe to our channel. Well, the first aspect that might be influencing you not to let the law of attraction work for you is mainly not accepting things. Many times, you have already achieved what you desire, but we are very conditioned. We realize this starting from our three brains. We have three brains. Thinking a little about our own development, I won't even use the word evolution, which people sometimes use incorrectly, but rather, we think in terms of the development of our cerebral aspect, which we know as our species today, Homo sapiens. We have the reptilian part, the reptilian brain, which is the oldest, we could say, that is basically geared toward survival. It is basically what you use in your life. You believe, in a way, that there is only that perspective. So, I feel fear, I won't do it. Diego, I feel that this isn't it here in the cerebral part, here at the top of the head, in the frontal chakra. We even think about the pineal gland. You feel something, but actually, something was telling you not to do it, when in fact you haven't studied your entire body to see if you should or shouldn't do it. You are using just this brain. Another aspect has to do with the limbic system, which is related to emotions, the way we communicate, the way we express our feelings. And the last one, which we talk about, is the neocortex, which has a lot to do with this new evolution. We even study, in both spiritual and mental terms, our development in general. We think a lot about the way we are heading, where we are going. We talk about planetary transition, the Aquarian transition, the new Aquarian age, and we talk a lot about the neocortex. So, you need to develop your brain differently to achieve different results. We notice this a lot in relation to our own development. When you talk about acceptance, it is about that. You have a scale of values, you have a scale of aspects that you need to account for. When you realize that you are not accepting new situations in your life, that you want to stay in your comfort zone, you receive new friendships, sometimes you meet new people, enter social environments, often on social networks, but what do? You inhibit yourself. No, I think I don't want to move forward. And so, the job opportunities or even doing something for less pay but which could have a better career plan in the long run, you also hold back. Non-acceptance will inhibit this communication you have with the universe. I say, universe, but you can say God, Buddha, Krishna, Allah, the great architect of the universe, whatever you prefer to call it. We often use the word universe here at Mangabira Academy. Even in our courses within the Alchemy of Mind Academy, if you want to check out our courses, it's academiadalquimiautoment.com.br, all together. When you realize that there is this essence within us, this connection, even analyzing it through physics, we have this connection of atoms with the universe. When we don't accept the things that happen to us, it's as if we were cutting this connection with scissors. So, things won't be attracted to us in the way we desire. I say this because everything that happens around you is basically a result of your acceptance of what you want. So, if you want to stay in that job, things will repeat in that way. It will be the same salary, the same career plan. Or if you think about your evolution, as a purpose, you will do that thing for the rest of your life. These thoughts regarding your relationships, both family and intimate, tend to remain the same, but attract, let's use stronger words, mediocrity. So, it will always be average. Nothing will progress, nothing beyond what we are already doing will be done. Regarding money, you always want to be stable, or if not stable, you will be broke, always indebted, and you don't know why. Non-acceptance of new situations, new feelings, new opportunities basically generates everything you didn't want because the universe is mathematical, it is simultaneous. The universe is happening now, right at the moment I'm recording this video, at the same time that you are watching this video, at this very moment. So, pay close attention, because you will attract a direct consequence of your vibration, of your electromagnetic energy. We speak in energetic terms, of what you feel, of what you think. If you feel and think in the same way, it's like that phrase by Albert Einstein, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And this is a mathematical law, a universal law, centenary, millennial, that all ancient civilizations also used. So, pay close attention. Non-acceptance might be happening in your life, preventing you from attracting through the law of attraction. The second aspect that I see, where many people sometimes decline in relation to their own spiritual evolution, is when they actually take the first step. They were here, let's think, in the comfort zone. They expand their comfort zone a little more, but then something happens. And what do? They retract again. What happens is that we use some magic words: failure, loser. Sometimes, you were progressing. Let's say you have a business, you create a business, it worked the first time, now it didn't. Is this a sign that, actually, you shouldn't continue? On the contrary, you have to continue. The main aspect is that when you see a series of, these are not signs. Both with the unconscious, subconscious, and conscious, when you know that, actually, you tried 100 times, 1,000 times, and it didn't work, but you're just operating, let's think, in the same strategy. Even in marketing and sales, you have to change. What happens a lot is that people try one strategy, always the same. They try one way: oh, we've always had a relationship like this, we've always done this, so it's always worked. That phrase, if it's not broken, don't fix it, is incorrect. The universe is in constant movement. Think even about the principle of rhythm, everything has movement. So, if at this very moment you don't want, for example, to allow this failure, this mistake, to give you new learnings, you are preventing the law of attraction itself from taking its course in your life. The law of attraction will also bring things that, actually, you wouldn't want to get because it's a process. As we always say, we are evolving at the same time, shaping within us some things that we still haven't resolved. But this doesn't mean that you're not prospering, it means you are evolving. And people mix everything in one box. When you mix failure and success in the same box, using our perspective in terms of the unconscious mind and the collective unconscious, like Jung, the psychologist who he was Freud's disciple and created analytical psychology, we think a lot about the collective unconscious. Today, you notice that people don't think more positively than negatively. Most do not. You might think more positively, but what happens? This influences. In the case of failure, which is actually 1%, and success is 99%, what changes? Failure turns into a monster. Then, 99% of your life is failure, and 1% is success. So, you start creating various mental monsters, emotional monsters. The emotion enhances, you get angry, resentful, anxious, sometimes even with things that don't exist. This even has to do with ideology, astronomy. We teach this in our course at the Academy of Alchemy of the Mind. So, I mentioned the website, go there to check it out. It might help. And we notice that people create monsters that, sometimes, are even unconscious, they don't exist. In fact, they are not even in the unconscious, but are abstract. They don't have to do with dimensions, they have nothing to do with you. And this monster, actually created by you, certainly won't attract more success because you created it again. In other words, if you don't feed it. There is a well-known shamanic proverb that says you have two wolves. Every day you wake up, you have two wolves. One wolf will bring success, for example, and the other, failure. It depends on which one you want to feed today. And we notice that this applies to everything, thinking in terms of popularity or even the third dimension. But as we are always recording videos here of the fifth dimension to bring new teachings at this exact moment to humanity, you already know, surely, if you follow our channel or our work, or even if you are one of our students at the Academy of Alchemy of the Mind, that there are polarities, but at the same time, there is a rhythm. If you want to follow the middle path, you need to know that, with this transition we are going through of ages, you will increasingly understand that failure and success are part of the same coin. But the way you understand one or the other as more important depends only on you. Failure and success are 50-50ths, they need to happen for you to advance. And the nations do the same thing, they question failure and success. If you got the message, keep moving forward. The third aspect, which is actually very important, where people sometimes like to fool themselves, is believing that the universe will bring everything in a way without work, without effort. Actually, it is effortless, if you actually work. I'll explain now in a very practical, very simple way. Everything, in fact, that happens in the universe needs movement. So, let's think a little more macro, imagining the multiverses that exist today. We know, by the theory of physics, that we don't just have our universe, there are several parallel universes that we call multiverses. But we already know that multiverses exist at the same time, so it's a gigantic complexity. We start imagining the dimensions, imagining how big the creation is. When we think this way, we realize that everything is in motion. Planets are being created, stars are being created, stars are dying, planets are dying, there are asteroids colliding with planets. Anyway, everything we sometimes hear in science, in general, is happening right now. So, everything is movement. If you plant a seed, for example, if you like gardening, I particularly like it a lot, I am often in contact with nature, which stimulates your contact with the earth, you learn with the earth, basically, it is an elemental. You feel that the seed grows, plants take time. Surely, like us, we have a series of factors that take time to happen within our biology. This is normal, our feelings and also our learning and spiritual evolution. Everything is growth. But what happens with people? They want to do everything without effort, without needing to do anything. What happens? It will only work effortlessly if, actually, you plant every day. It's no use, for example, if that's your profile, remembering school when you were 6, 8, 10 years old, wanting to score 10 in mathematics without studying. It's the same thing because the test of your life is daily. So, if, at this very moment, you don't want to win your daily test in your life, you basically won't do anything. You're so lazy that you're waiting for someone to do it for you. You live at the expense of other people, you don't work. It's basically a whole, and not just in relation to formal work, as we call it, public servants or working in a private company, being an entrepreneur, a business person, multi-level marketing, network marketing, any type of modality. We have several professions being created. Every day there's a new profession. We notice that there are several new opportunities, but if you just believe, just stay in this vibrating positively, believing positively mode but don't accomplish anything consciously, then things won't happen. What happens a lot is that people become very superficial. They watch the movie, for example, The Secret, but they don't go deep, for example, into those mentors in the movie. The Secret is one of the most well-known of the green wave. So, you notice that many people know the movie, many people read the book, but at the same time, it doesn't happen. Then they think it's a lie, self-help, nonsense. If we think about scientific themes, spiritual themes, but if we analyze the various moments in that movie, those are the best mentors from the United States. We realize that there is something many of them can't say because there is very little time. So, pay close attention. A key tip I want to pass on to you today to make it work is, pay close attention. Work without effort doesn't work, but if you work and understand that effortlessness is you vibrating, being in sync, always more while working, everything will work out. So, concluding, I talked about 3 aspects of why the law of attraction doesn't work for you. The first aspect has to do with non-acceptance. Pay close attention, you might be vibrating on things you want, but never, it's like a tug of war, the universe won't understand what this is. The second aspect we talked a lot about was understanding polarity, understanding how things are happening in your life, failure, success. Understanding that, actually, everything is leading to a movement in your evolution. And this third aspect explains much of what people believe, working without effort. So, understand that effortlessness is without effort, but there is work. It's an integral effort in the sense of you vibrating, watching your thoughts, paying attention to everything that's happening, developing your your electromagnetic vibrational inner power. That's what lasts much longer. If you liked our video here on mindset, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Also, like and comment below in our comment section. It's very important to count on your help always to evolve our channel and, especially, to evolve your life in mental, spiritual, and emotional terms, okay? If you want to receive firsthand, click on the bell next to it, so you'll receive all the new video notifications here on the channel. If you are on another platform, go to our YouTube channel. If you want to know our courses firsthand, about prosperity, mind and emotions, anxiety, visit academiadalquimiautoment.com.br now. It is an honor to be here with you again, and we will see each other in more videos, with much light and prosperity for you. A big hug.